Cuando saliste de la casa, ¿tú hablaste uno de los hijos cuando fuiste? Para decirles que fuiste.
No, que fui.
Que sí hablaste. Cuando tú saliste de la casa, ahí hablaste de ellos, sí, ya me fui de casa.
No, sir.
And who else lived with you there at that home?
Nobody.
Who else had access to the home?
No. ¿Quién más tenía como llave de la casa y quién más tenía llaves para meter?
Ellos nomás. Ellos llevaban mucha gente para allá y ellos entraban y a veces que yo encontraba trocas diferentes ahí porque ellos le daban permiso.
Cuando tú mismo estabas viviendo ahí.
Sí, cuando yo estaba viviendo ahí, entraban muchas trocas ahí y ellos llevaban mucha gente que yo ni conocía, trocas que yo no conocía.
¿Qué hacían ahí cuando?
Pues nomás entraban para adentro. Sí, entraban para adentro y ahí estaban.
¿Cómo se llaman ellos, los hijos?
Derek and Colin.
Derek and Colin. Okay. She said Derek and Colleen are the only ones, and other people that go in the property, and she would show up and there was trucks there and stuff, but she never knew who they were. So it was the other party that was there. They would have parties and stuff there, but she doesn't know who the other people are, who else has access there, but they're the ones that have access to that home.
And what about her family members?
To the property. Her family members don't have access there. Those are her.
Ma'am, we appreciate your answers, but this question is for Ms. Derringer, and we need her to answer the questions, please.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Did her family members have access?
To familia?
Nobody. No, sir, nobody.
Let's talk about each of these items. The flatbed trailer that was parked on the property that was owned by Woodbury, where is that?
Dice una trailer, un flatbed trailer que estaba parcado y que dónde está eso.
Yo no sé, yo por qué me iba a traer esas cosas. Esas cosas a mí no me sirven para nada.
She said those things, she doesn't know where that is, and she doesn't need any of, she doesn't need that. What is that going to be? What could she use that for? She doesn't have that.
Yo ni sabía que tenían una trailer.
¿No sabías que tenía un trailer ahí?
Yo no sabía.
¿Nunca la has visto ahí?
No, yo ni la vi.
Oh. She said that she didn't even know that was there. She didn't know what they own on there.
Okay, and what about the washer and dryer that were in the barn?
O los lavadores que estaban en la barn ahí.
No.
Oh, ¿esos son los lavadores que llevaste?
No, yo las que me traje fue las que yo tenía dentro de la casa.
The ones that she did not take those, she took the ones that were in the house.
Las que yo usaba.
The ones that she used.
Okay, and what?
Hang on real quick, and let me check on something real fast. Let's take about a 5-minute recess and I'll be right back, okay?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right, the court's back whenever y'all can come back, please.
Yo sé que estás cansada.
All right, let me tell you what I've done. What I did was I stepped out and I had Deputy Lobano from the Kirk County Sheriff's Department step in here. He's sitting over my left shoulder. He's not going to interpret. Ms. Lopez is still tasked with interpreting, but he's going to make sure the interpretation that's coming through is accurate.
Thank
He
you,
is
Judge.
fluent in Spanish, so you may continue.
Okay, Ms. Derringer, how long did you live at the address at 135 Bluff Trails?
10 years?
And you were aware, of course, that some of the items on that property and stored in the barn belonged to Woodbury.
Tú entiendes que en ese barn eran dueños de tu esposo.
Sí, pero yo no me la llevé. Dile que yo no tengo nada que ver en eso. Yo no sé nada.
She said, yes, sir, she does understand, but she did not take it.
Okay, and as the person after Mr. Derringer passed away, you were the sole person responsible for that property and the items located on that property.
Después de que se murió.
Dice que después que se murió, que tú eres que tenía derechos en toda esa propiedad
No.
de su esposa.
Porque Derek entraba y llevaba mucha gente. Entraba mucha gente allí y él iba y a mí nunca me decían. Entraba mucha gente, muchas trocas, como te acabo de repetir. Entraba mucha gente ahí. Después de que él se murió, entraba mucha gente y a mí nunca me decían que entraban para dentro de la propiedad. Así que a mí, ellos me están culpando a mí, pero yo en verdad yo no fui.
He said that Derek would bring in people and she didn't know who they were. They would come in and out of the property, go into the barn, everywhere. She didn't know who they were. So his children also had access to that whole property also. So they were most of the time on the property. She don't know names to give y'all names.
Well, they certainly didn't have access to your home, correct?
Yes.
Para la casa.
¿De qué?
Que tenían para entrar a tu
Sí.
casa. Tenían llave y todo, ¿verdad?
Todo.
Todo.
Sí. Ellos tenían acceso a todo, dile.
Yes, sir. They have access for everything.
Okay, so they came inside your home. Your testimony to this court is that Mr. Derringer, either Derek or Colin Derringer, came inside your home.
Cuando se murió tu esposo, ¿verdad? Ellos se entraban así sin tu permiso. Entro a tu casa.
Hasta dentro del cuarto entraban.
Hasta tu cuarto.
Hasta el cuarto. Ellos nunca respetaron mis derechos, dile, como esposa. Dile.
Yes. Into her room also, and they never respected her as a wife of the mother of their father, and walk out when they wanted to.
Okay, when was the last time that either Colin or Derek Derringer were in your home?
¿Cuál día te acuerdas que fue el último día?
El último día que fue Derek, yo lo miré con la troca, fue en noviembre. Fue para allá, para la casa. Y ellos me andaban chequeando, ellos me andaban nomás chequeando todo lo que yo hacía. Y cómo es que ellos no vieron que se llevaron los muebles y nomás andaban chequeando. Más me andaban chequeando. Ellos nunca me respetaron, violaron mis derechos como esposa y ahora me están culpando de ratera, dile. No puedo creerlo.
She said that in November, ¿verdad? In November of 2020.
No, 2020.
That was the último vez.
Yo lo miré por la ventana.
She seen him through the window.
Drive
through the property. Pero ¿dónde?
Así, en todo.
En toda la propiedad.
Yeah.
Driving the property. They never respected her rights as a wife. They broke her rights. They didn't give her privacy. They were always in and out of that property. And so that's the last time when she's seen him driving around that property. They were always in and out of that property.
Okay, you just testified to the court that they had access to come inside your home, your house. When is the last time either one of them came inside your house?
O entro tu casa. ¿Cuándo fue la última vez cuando entraron tu casa?
Cuando empezamos a abrir el caso, empezamos a abrir el caso porque ellos me querían sacar y yo agarré un abogado, pero no me ayudó como debía. Entonces fue como en mayo, junio, como en junio. Como en
Ms.
July.
Lopez,
Es la
Ms.
última
Lopez,
vez
can
que
you hear me?
miras entro tu casa.
Ya. Dile que Derek se robó.
Yes.
Miss, okay, your internet was frozen on our end for a little while. Did Ms.
Oh.
Derringer give you a direct answer to that question?
Okay. Nomás necesitan saber cuál es la última fecha que les has mirado con tus ojos entrar tu casa.
En noviembre lo miré que fue con la troca, dile, a dar vueltas. Como
Pero dicen que entro a la casa.
adentro de la casa,
En la
no,
casa.
fue como en July.
She said July 2020
And
When
at
she's
that
seen-
time,
with her.
did they go into your house with your permission?
Y en ese tiempo, en julio, que dices que entraron con tu permiso
No.
o nomás entraron.
Ellos nunca me avisaban a mí, dile. Ellos nunca me pedían permiso. Ellos,
Okay. No, sir.
Okay, so in July was the last time they came into your home, and these items would have been present in your home at that time.
¿cómo?
So, en julio, en ese tiempo, cuando ellos entraron, entonces las cosas que te están culpando, todo todavía estaba en la casa.
Sí. Yes.
And between then and your move out date, they did not come into your home.
De julio y de cuando tú saliste, dijiste que saliste en diciembre, ¿verdad? Ellos no entraron dentro de la casa, nomás.
Dile que yo ya después, yo ya no supe, porque yo ya después me fui a trabajar, yo me iba a trabajar todo el día y yo ya no sabía si ellos entraban o no entraban. Ya, porque ellos tenían acceso a entrar y hacer lo que ellos querían ahí en la propiedad. Ellos nunca respetaron.
December, with her eyes, she did not see them go in her house, but they had access to the property. She would leave to work, so she's not on that property the whole time to prove if they weren't on that property, because they were the main
Right.
ones to be access to the.
But let's talk about the items that were within your home. You certainly would have noticed if someone came in and removed the pool table from your home. Correct?
Está diciendo la barra de juegas, ¿verdad? Okay.
Sí.
Que tú fueras sabido si alguien sacó eso, todavía estaba ahí dentro.
Ahí se quedó cuando yo me vine, cuando yo me salí de ahí de la casa.
Sí. Yeah, she said that it must have been when she left from there. Cuando tú te fuiste, sí, todavía estaba ahí.
Ahí se quedó.
You're
It was
breaking
still
up,
there.
hang on, Ms. Lopez. Your internet's breaking up for just a minute. Let it stabilize and then give us the answer, please.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, try it now.
Could y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. The pool table was in there the day when she left the property.
Okay, and the refrigerator, was the refrigerator present?
Se quedó. Ahí se quedó también.
Yes, it was there.
Okay,
El piano.
And
El piano.
she told me to tell you that there was a piano there left too.
Unas mesas viejas.
Some
Now-
old tables. Uh-huh.
let's talk a little bit about the arrangement there. You understood that you were asked to move out by the Derringer brothers, by the trust.
Tú entendiste que tenías que salir de la casa cuando te dijeron que tenías que salir.
Sí, porque me estaban dice, ¿eh? Yes.
Yes, she understood because they were telling her and telling her and telling her.
Okay. And you understood that because you received also letters asking you to move out and notifying you of that fact, of that request, correct?
Que tú entendiste que tenías que mover porque tú recibiste cartas,
Ujú.
pero es que tenías que salir de ahí.
Sí, sí. Yo sabía que ellos ya querían que me saliera.
Yeah, she knew that they wanted her out of the property already.
And it's your testimony that you moved out in December without ever notifying them of the fact that you moved out.
Cuando saliste en diciembre, es cierto que tú no llamaste de ellos decirles que saliste.
No, yo no le dije a nadie, dile. Yo nomás me fui. Ya.
En los papeles te decía que tenías que avisarlos.
No, yo no sé. Dile que yo no supe, yo nomás agarré, me fui y yo no supe nada más.
She just left and got the stuff that we had mentioned, that the items she took from that she has an Ingram text in the storage room, and she did not notify them.
Who helped you move? Did you use a moving company?
No, no sé.
¿Quién te ayudó?
Me ayudó Ignacio, pero a él le pueden preguntar qué fue lo que todo lo demás ahí se quedó.
She said Ignacio Lopez had helped her move out and take what she had took and what she has in her storage room.
Who is Ignacio Lopez?
El papá de mis hijos.
He's the father of her kids.
And do you have a phone number for Mr. Lopez or any contact information for Mr. Lopez?
Yes, dile que sí.
Tienes un número por él.
Ujú.
Sí.
Dile que sí. No.
Yes, sir.
Can you please provide us with any contact information you have for Mr. Lopez?
Un número de él, ¿sabes su número?
No, ahorita no lo sé, pero yo se lo saco.
Mhm.
No sé.
Yes, we're gonna get the number from her daughter right now. You would like that right now? Sí, la tienen. Okay.
Not everything that's my stuff. That's my stuff.
Yeah.
It's 496.
It's 830
496
496
4188.
441
Ajá.
98.
946. Ajá.
No,
Okay. A ver, díselo.
I'm sorry. Yes, hello. Yes. We're in middle of court right now. We need your phone number. Okay, 830-496-4198. And that's Ignacio Lopez.
Can you also provide us with his address and date of birth, please?
The one you're asking, your address and your date of birth. 320. What is it? 327. 327-62. Okay. Okay, and the address. 115 Westminster, Kerrville, Texas, 78028.
All right, we're ready to resume with Ms. Derringer if she's available.
Oh, okay, now we'll let you go. Bye-bye.
Okay, Ms. Derringer, so it's your testimony that you and Mr. Lopez are the only two who did the move out.
Tú estás
Is that correct?
diciendo ahorita que tú y Ignacio son los únicos que estaban en propiedad de sacar las cosas que
Ajá.
dijiste.
Yes. Yes, sir.
And so he also would have had access to the property?
So, él tenía acceso de la
No,
propiedad.
pero él me ayudó. Yo le dije.
He had permission on that property because he was with her that day, but he does not have access to that property.
Okay, and you two live together now?
Mm-mm.
Que viven
No.
ahí.
Who lives
estás
at
quedando.
115 Who lives at your home?
Él y mis dos niños.
And is that address 115 Westminster?
Yes.
And that's the
Yes,
same
sir.
address that Mr. Lopez just gave us as his home address?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So y'all live together?
They don't.
Not
Yeah,
together.
not together.
Allí me estoy quedando por ahorita porque no tengo dónde quedarme. Dile.
She's staying there at the moment because she don't have another place to live at. So
Okay.
she is living there. A
So
separate
you
house.
live together?
Yes, they live in that property. They live in that home there.
Thank you.
Same address.
And together, the two of you moved the items out of the home on that date in December that you testified in December?
En diciembre, tú y él sacaron esas cosas.
Sí.
And
Pues en November.
before you moved out, did either you or Mr. Lopez sell any of the items from that home?
Están diciendo que están diciendo que ese día que Salices, que si tú vendiste,
No, nadie compra basura ahorita. Nadie está comprando basura. Son muebles viejos. Nadie compra muebles viejos ahorita.
son nomás sacaste.
Sí, que yo nomás saqué lo que usaba, dile. Yo no saqué otros muebles porque a mí no me servían para nada. ¿Yo para qué voy a llevarme muebles viejos? Dile.
She has not sold the items that we had talked about earlier that she has in the storage room in Ingram, Texas. They are in the
Okay.
storage.
Let's just go through each of these items, Ms. Derringer, and discuss their whereabouts.
Cosas así que cuál mueble que tienes y van a hablar de eso. Vamos a ver.
Okay. What happened to
Okay.
the refrigerator from within the home?
So
Ahí se quedó. Ahí se quedó.
it stayed there.
What happened to the washer and dryer from within the home?
The
Las de la casa yo las tengo. Las que yo usaba,
Mhm.
yo las tengo.
The ones inside the home that she used, she has those in the storage room.
What happened to the mounted deer, the two mounted deer from within the home?
Estaban dos venados que así como yo tengo allá arriba.
Ujú,
Is that-
ujú.
¿Qué pasó con eso?
Ahí se quedaron también. Yo nomás me llevé uno que mi esposo me regaló, dile. Y yo nomás me llevé uno que él fue el que me lo regaló, pero los otros se quedaron ahí en el cuarto de juego, de ahí donde tenía la mesa del billar.
That were there, it was in the room where the game room's at, and she took one that was hers that her husband had gave her that.
Okay, so she has one of the deer mounts. Is that correct?
Sí, pero ese me lo regaló mi esposo, dile.
Yes, but that's a gift from her husband.
Okay, where's the other deer mount?
Ahí se quedaron.
They stayed there in the game room.
What happened to the pool table?
Ahí se quedó.
It stayed there.
What happened to all of the furniture from within the home?
Se quedaron.
Todos los muebles que estaban dentro de la casa.
Sí, ahí se quedaron cuando yo me salí.
When she left from that property, she said all that furniture stayed in there.
What about any bedroom furniture?
Recámaras, nomás ibas.
Nomás tenemos una de él.
They just had one, and that's the one she said she has.
Okay. What about the piano?
Ahí se quedó.
Stayed there.
What about the bronze sculptures of the animals that were there?
Esa se la robó Derek desde antes de que se muriera su papá, dile. Desde cuando él estaba en el hospital, él se la llevó.
She said before her husband died, when he was in the hospital, Derek took those and removed those from the property.
Y se llevó dinero en efectivo.
And he also took money that was his dad's in their room.
Y estaba vivo, dile.
And
he was still alive.
Was
In
there
the
any
hospital.
artwork? Did you remove any artwork from the home?
Como artwork, como fotos pintados y fotos pintados.
Tengo algunas, dile, que tengo como unas 3, pero las otras ahí las dejé.
She said she has 3 of them, and the rest of them, they've been in that home.
What 3 do you have?
What 3 tienes?
Tengo la de un tiger,
One with the tiger,
el de buffalo.
a buffalo.
No remember the other.
She doesn't, esos están in the storage.
Yeah.
She don't remember the 3rd picture, but like she mentioned, they are in storage room in Ingram, Texas.
Okay. What is the location of that storage room?
¿Sabes la dirección ahorita?
Está ahí en very close to Napa. ¿Cómo está la esta de Napa?
En Napa.
No, está Napa y across the street.
Oh, donde están los apartamentos,
Sí, los es.
Heritage Oaks.
It's across the Napa.
It's right across from the Napa company in Ingram. I think there's also Heritage Oak Apartments are right across there too, around that area.
Okay, let's talk about the 4 firearms that were in the house. Were you aware there were guns in the home?
No, dile que yo no.
Cuartos, armas. Sí sabías que estaban armas ahí, pero que los...
Esos se perdieron cuando él estaba vivo todavía. Estaba en el hospital y estábamos en el hospital cuando se perdieron. Y yo le dije a Derek y ellos ya sabían que se habían perdido. Y yo le dije a él, pero no sé, ¿por qué me están culpando a mí si yo desde que estaba vivo su papá se perdieron?
She said Derek knows about that, and she said that, ¿cómo dijiste?
Y yo le dije que se habían perdido cuando estábamos en el
She had
hospital.
asked him when she was in the hospital with her husband, and what had happened to them because they had disappeared from the home already.
Y él se llevó unas armas que tenía yo en el cuarto, dile.
En el cuarto.
En el cuarto.
¿Son
La arma
otros?
sí, en mi cuarto se llevó.
In the room,
In the room.
in her husband's room, Derek had removed ¿cuántos?
Una.
He took 1 gun from that room.
Era
Sin tu permiso.
sin mi permiso.
Without permission.
Okay,
Y
do you have
llevó
any
dinero
knowledge?
también en efectivo.
And money.
Do you have any knowledge of the location of the Magnum Research 22 with a Zeiss scope?
¿Cómo?
Where that firearm is?
Te está preguntando de un tipo de arma Que si sabes dónde está.
No, no, yo no. Yo esas armas, yo ni uso armas.
She said she don't use guns, so she doesn't know what happened to those guns.
Do you have any idea,
Las
or
tenían
do
en
you
el
have
garaje
any
de
knowledge?
ellos eran los que entraban y salían.
Do you have any knowledge what happened to the Henry Lever Action 22 Magnum rifle?
Te va a preguntar cada arma que si sabes dónde está ese arma.
Oh,
¿Sabes
okay.
sabes dónde está ese arma que te cabe preguntar?
No, no, yo no sé de armas. Dile que yo no sabía. No, yo no sé.
No.
Do you have any knowledge of the Savage 17 HMR with the Leopold scope? Where that rifle is?
¿Sabes dónde está esa pistola?
No, sir.
And same for the CZ 22 long rifle with the Leopold scope. Where is that? Do you have any idea?
No, sir.
Were any of these firearms pawned or sold?
Que si esos armas estaban vendidos o en la pawn shop, ¿sabes dónde vas y te cambias tu dinero y sí?
No, sir. Oh, para
Okay.
empeñarlo.
Ajá, empenarlo. Y empenarlo, que si sabes.
No, sir. No.
And there was an accordion within the home. Do you have the accordion?
Un orden.
¿Acordeón?
Ajá. Que si tienes, sabes dónde está eso.
Los acordeones. Ah, esas ahí se quedaron. Yo no, esas son basura.
She said no.
She said.
Es basura. Trash.
That they're trash.
Yeah, que estaban desechas.
Yes, no estaban buenos.
No.
She said those were already trash. Those stayed there, and why would she want that stuff?
And with regard to the items in the barn, we just went through all the items in the home. You have no knowledge of where the items from the barn
Ya
are
te
located.
dijo de las cosas, los muebles de la casa. Ahora estamos hablando de la barn.
Oh, okay.
Y ahora estamos hablando de la barn.
Ujú.
Si sabes dónde están las cosas que estaban ahí dentro. ¿Qué pasó?
Que por favor, yo no sé nada. Yo de eso yo no sé nada. Dile que por favor me entiendan que yo no sé nada. ¿Quién se las llevó? Yo no sé.
She said, please understand she does not know where that stuff went. And she's ready telling y'all the truth that what she has is in the storage room. And if y'all want it back, you're welcome to have it back.
Por favor, me dejen en paz.
She just wants to be in peace. And that they already took everything from her. And she just doesn't have anything that she don't know what happened to all that stuff. It was not useful for her.
Okay, Judge, at this time, I think Mr. Williams may have a couple of questions he wanted to ask with the court's permission.
May proceed.
Dios mío.
Yo creo otro abogado.
Mr. Derringer, my name's Taylor Williams. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
It's your testimony you moved out in December of 2020. Is that, I think you said December 11th, 2020. Is that correct?
Estás diciendo que moviste diciembre 11, ¿verdad? El 2020.
Sí. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And it's your testimony that when you moved out in December 11th, 2020, all of the items that Mr. Stevenson just went through were still located in the house. Is that correct?
Estás diciendo de día cuando saliste de la casa, de todos los muebles y cosas que hablamos hace rato en la casa, estaban dentro cuando te fuiste.
Estaban cuando yo me fui. Dile que entiendan eso, por favor. Please.
Yes, sir, they were.
Now, are you aware that on November 16th of 2020, Derringer went out to the property?
En noviembre, tú sabes que Derek se fue por la propiedad.
Sí. Mm-hmm.
¿Sí sabías en noviembre?
Mm-hmm. Sí. Yes, sir.
And on November 17th, 2020, Derringer took a investigative officer out to the property.
I didn't hear that question.
Sorry. Are you aware that on November 17th, 2020, Derringer went out to your property with a police officer?
En noviembre 17, 2020, sabes que Derek se fue con un policía ahí en tu propiedad.
Yo no lo sé, dile. Que nomás me echó un detective, eso fue lo que sé.
Que echaron, ¿qué?
Un detective.
Ese día.
No, ya después. No. O sea que ya,
So,
ya.
dice, en ese día, 17 de noviembre, no sabes.
No, sir, I don't know.
Okay, well, are you aware that on November 16th and November 17th of 2020, upon inspection, the house was found to be completely emptied?
Estaba con-
Están diciendo que en noviembre que ya estaba vaciada la casa en cuando fueron con la policía y que ya no estaba nada de las cosas. Entonces fuera sabido porque
No, porque
Tú dijiste
entonces dile que me equivoqué de fecha. Me salí el 11 de noviembre. O sea que fue en vez de diciembre fue noviembre, porque yo me salí el 11. El 11.
Oh, okay.
Ajá, yo me salí el 11. Entonces yo ya después ya no supe, pero dile que me perdone porque me equivoqué de fecha.
Okay. She said that she was sorry that she messed up with the dates. And on November 11th, 2020 was when she moved, not December 11th, from the property. And so it was on November 11th, 2020. So whatever happened on November 16th, 17th, 2020, she doesn't know.
How does she know that she moved out on November 11th, 2020?
Porque tengo pruebas, ¿no?
Mhm.
Yeah. Le pregunten a Ignacio.
She said you'll have a phone number to call Ignacio. That's the day she had moved out and took the items that she listed that she
Well-
had in Ingram, Texas.
And I know you listed a few items, Ms. Derringer, that's in the storage unit, but can you please tell this court specifically what is in the storage unit in Ingram, Texas that you removed from the house?
Dice que ya sabe que ese es otro abogado, que ya dijiste las cosas que tienes en la storage room, ¿verdad? Pero él, como es otro abogado, quiere que tú repites, por favor, exactamente qué tienes ahí dentro de la storage room.
Ok. Dile que tengo una cama miada. Una cama miada.
She said she has a pea bed.
Unas lavadoras viejas que ya no sirven, las que yo usaba.
No jalan para nada.
No, pues ya no exprime una.
She has a washer and dryer, and the washer doesn't spin as that good.
Una cama chiquita donde se quedaban mis hijos.
Cuando iban a visitar,
Ajá.
como twin bed.
Yeah.
Okay. And she has also a twin bed that when her kids would go stay a night with her, they would stay on that bed.
Las lámparas.
Dos. 2 lamps.
Y una 3 couches.
3 couches.
What is? Y unos tapetes, rags. Tapetes.
Rugs.
Y
3.
some pictures.
3 rugs. Art pictures.
And lo que usaba normalmente. That I use in every day. The furniture that I use in every day, you know, as I take it.
Son nomás como muebles.
Sí,
luego,
sí. Yeah. Sí, pues, sí.
Okay. Did you get all that? I just kept the camera on her when she was speaking.
After the artwork? What did she say? Was there anything else after the artwork?
Did you get down to 3 rugs?
I got the 3 rugs and then artwork, and then I didn't hear what she said after that.
Sofa. 3 sofas.
Okay.
The bed. Es una queen la grande. It's
King.
It's a king bed,
Miada.
twin mattress, 2 lamps, 3 rugs, 3 art pictures,
Y
un washer and dryer.
cositas que yo compré.
And little knickknacks that she had purchased herself, that's her belongings.
Cuando estábamos juntos, estábamos together.
When she was together with her husband, little stuff she would buy.
Can you give me an example of some of the little stuff?
Dishes,
Como dishes,
microwave,
microwave,
chairs.
chairs,
What is it? Pennies.
pennies, pennies,
Pennies, like coins?
like como coin to that coin, monedas.
Yeah, como adornos.
Oh, como
Adornos, o sea, como the little things.
knickknacks.
Yeah.
Just like knickknacks that she would go to garage sales and stuff,
Yeah.
little stuff like that.
So how long have you had that storage unit, Ms. Derringer?
¿Cuánto tiempo has tenido ese storage room?
Como 3 months. 3 months. Yeah.
Did you rent? So you've had the storage
No, 4
unit.
months. 4 months.
Did you rent the storage unit for the purpose of assisting with your move out from 135 Bluff Trails?
¿Cuál tenías antes de storage room?
No. Lo renté en November 5. No lo tenía.
She rented that place on November 5th.
And did she rent the storage unit for the purpose of assisting in storing things from 135 Bluff Trails?
Dice que si tú rentaste el lugar solamente por las cosas.
Sí,
que,
porque
pues no sabía dónde ponerlas.
no sabía dónde ponerlas y además no tengo dónde vivir, ¿ves? O sea, por eso lo renté, porque no podía ponerlas en otro lugar.
Sí, sacaron de tu casa.
Sí. Dile que yo voy a buscar ayuda. Yo voy a... El abogado que estaba no me pudo ayudar, pero yo voy a seguir buscando ayuda porque ellos violaron todos mis derechos.
She said that yes, she did rent that place to put her property in there, her stuff that she had mentioned that she put in there in that storage room because she don't have nowhere to live out because she was thrown out of her house, and she said she's going to keep on fighting for this case because they did not respect her rights.
Objection, non-responsive. Are there any items in that storage unit that were items that were not removed from 135 Bluff Trails?
Sorry about that. Could you repeat yourself? I'm sorry.
Are there any items in the storage unit that were not removed from 135 Bluff Trails? Or, stated differently, is everything that's in the storage unit, is all of the items that are in there items that were removed from 135 Bluff Trail?
Yes. Nomás las cosas que tienes y entre los muebles, nomás son de la propiedad allá donde vivías, de tu casa.
De la casa.
No otras cosas.
No tengo nada. Nada lo único que tengo son las cosas que yo usaba que estaban dentro de la casa y lo demás yo no sé nada. A mí no me preguntan eso porque yo no sé qué cosa. Alguien más, ellos mismos han de haber sido y ahora me quieren culpar a mí por todo.
She said yes, the items that she mentioned, the stuff that it did come from her, the property we're talking about. It is in that storage room and there's nothing else that is in there, just that.
And y'all may have mentioned this earlier, but can you give me the specific address and storage unit number for this storage unit?
¿Tú sabes la dirección ahí del storage room?
No,
Pero la puedes tener, pero ahorita no lo tienes.
sí, ya la tengo, pero yo no la traje, o sea, yo no venía preparada.
Ujú.
Pero yo se las puedo dar.
Sí. It's como self-storage. It's we don't know the address for that storage room right now. She doesn't have it right on her, but it's right across from Napa on Junction Highway. I'm thinking it's probably like ABC self-storage.
Pero que si quieren ir por su basura, que
She
vayan.
said if y'all would like to go out there and take it, if that's what we're here fighting for today, that stuff, you're welcome to have it back. But she didn't think they wanted her bed that she would sleep on and a
Does she-
washer and dryer that didn't spin and stuff that she had bought from a garage sale.
Does she know
They
the
took everything else. The storage room number, is that
Yes,
what you're saying?
yes, please.
¿Sabes el número de
185.
185?
Ms. Derringer, before you moved out, did you used to have parties, family over, swim in the pool, barbecues, stuff like that at the house?
Antes que se le hizo la casa, antes que se les casa, antes sí tenías fiestas y barbacoas y así con tu familia.
Ay, please. Stop. No, sir. Never. I have a party, so nothing over there.
Did you ever give a key to the house or the property to anyone?
Una llave de tu casa de alguien. Alguien tiene llaves de
No,
tu.
sir. Nobody. Estaba abierto todo el día.
It was always open.
Y que ellos tienen llaves de toditito, tenían llaves de toditito. Ellos entraban cuando ellos querían.
The other party always had access to it, and they're the ones that had keys to that property, in and out of that property. Trucks in and out.
Objection non-responsive. Did you ever give a key to anyone to 135 Bluff Trails?
No.
This is un llave.
A nadie.
En la
Nobody.
capital.
Nobody, sir. I no give it to no kid to nobody.
Did you ever tell anyone that they could have any of the items on the property located at
Has
135 Bluff?
Dicho a alguien ahí que se has dicho a que pueden llevar una cosa de tu casa.
No, no. Nobody, sir. No, I not tell nobody.
Ms. Derringer, can you explain to the court
Puedes explicar a la corte.
all the property that went,
Como todo
the
esas
pool
cosas,
table, the guns, the sculptures, the piano,
cultures, el pool table, el piano,
was there on November 11th when you moved out?
que estaba ahí el 11 de noviembre, que dice que se le hizo ese día.
But 5 days later went missing.
Y 5 días después se desapareció de la casa. ¿Puedes explicar eso? Sí, no.
Yo lo único que les puedo decir es que ahí se quedaron esas cosas y yo ya no sé nada.
All that property, which you're mentioning, has stayed there the day she left, and she doesn't have nothing else to say after that.
Did you take any steps to secure the property when you moved out? Make sure it was locked up, make sure that no one else could have access, make sure no one could go in and steal anything. Did you take any steps like
Ellos están diciendo que sí, esa es una acción para que laquear las puertas y todo y para que nadie más se metiera ahí, pero
Yo no podía laquear porque ellos tienen llaves y como que era ellos entraban y salían como si fuera su casa de ellos. O sea que a mí que no me estén culpando, dile de cosas que yo no hice, por favor.
no, she did not, because that property was in and out all the time of the other party, so a lot of people go in and out, so no, she did not secure the property.
Tenía yo que laquear casas que no son mías, ¿verdad?
¿Cómo?
Yo para qué tenía que laquear una casa que ya me iba.
She said that why would she lock the property if they were already getting her off property, saying it's not her property and telling her to get off and on the property. They never respected her, so they would go in and out like it was their home. So figured somebody would come and lock it up and be there right when she left anyways.
¿Qué pruebas tienen? Dile que me presenten unas pruebas. Yo quiero pruebas, dile.
Ajá.
Dile. Yo quiero pruebas de lo que están hablando, porque yo también me están acusando algo que no hice. Dile que, ¿qué pruebas tiene?
She says she wants to know what proof or what witnesses. Why are y'all always on her, blaming her that she took all this property stuff and everything when she's just tired of it. She didn't take anything, and she's just tired of it, just all of it, that she's just getting blamed that taking all this property when she did not take this property from the home.
Yo no me iba a llevar basura, dile. No tengo donde echar basura. Dile lo que yo te digo.
She said that, so let's say that why would she take the trash that's from there, and she don't use fire alarms and all that guns and all that stuff, that she has no use of that stuff, that she already told you the items that she has, and she's not hiding anything. And like she had said, if y'all want the stuff back, you're welcome to have that stuff back.
Basura.
Well,
But she's tired of everybody blaming her that she took all this stuff.
Dile que dónde estaban cuando su papá se estaba muriendo.
And she said to the other party, where were they at when their father was dying?
I took care for 10 years. Dile.
She took care of him for 10 years.
¿Dónde estaban aquellos?
Where were they at when he was dying in the hospital?
Y ahora dile que no tienen vergüenza de traerme a la corte.
And they should be embarrassed to bring her to court like this.
Porque ¿dónde estaban? Dile, cuando yo estaba cuidando a su padre muriéndose.
When she was in the hospital taking care of their dad when he was dying. And now they want to come back and say that she's stealing everything took from him.
Objection non-responsive. Ms. Derringer, you understand that what happened here is you moved out of the house and all these items went missing. And so the reason that we are here today is because my clients didn't take this property, because you moved out of the house. You didn't tell them that you moved out of the house, and then all of this property went missing when you were in possession of the property.
Dile que las busquen por otro lado.
You don't want it, and yet all that property, pool tables, guns, trailers, weed eaters, chainsaws, are all worth valuable money that went missing as soon as you moved out of the house.
Lo está diciendo que tú cuando tú te fuiste de esa casa, que todo ese valió dinero. Y entonces, ¿por qué no la llevas si se valió mucho dinero?
Yo no me llevé basura.
Y dijo que todo esto, como el de juego y todo así, todo que está dentro, valió dinero para que puedes tener.
Dile que la gente no compra basura ahorita en estos tiempos. Dile que yo no me lleve nada porque la gente no compra basura en estos tiempos. La gente se preocupa más por otras cosas, no por basura de garaje. Dile.
Pero están diciendo de la pool table.
Sí, es basura. Él la compró en un garaje. O sea,
estaba bueno.
No, dile que están peleando basura, dile que eso yo lo dejé allí porque a mí eso no me sirve para nada y que no tienen vergüenza de traerme a la corte por unos muebles viejos. Y ahí les dejé su basura, dile que yo no me llevé nada. No me llevé nada de basura. Sí, dile así.
Y las armas y
también, yo eso no. Eso se perdieron antes. Eso se perdieron cuando él estaba en el hospital. Cuando mi esposo estaba en el hospital, se perdieron. Y yo le dije a Derek, y Derek se llevó unas esculturas de ahí de la casa, se llevó. O sea que.
¿Y qué te dijo Derek cuando tú?
Nada, no dijo nada.
Ms. Lopez,
She said that.
heard a lot of stuff.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Translate, please, what she just testified to.
Yeah, she said that the stuff that stayed in the house were accusing her of taking. I had asked her what you had said. It's the stuff that was in there is valid and it was worth money. Why didn't she take it? And she said no, because it's trashed her and she doesn't need no guns. She didn't need no. She said that the guns were missing and the sculptures were already missing, and Derek knew it, and it was missing when his father was in the hospital dying, and money went missing too as well. And so why are they blaming her that she has it when it was already gone before his father had died? And I told her about the pool table. Well, what about the pool table? They're asking you because it's valid. And she said she didn't take that because they brought that from a garage sale and she didn't want that. And she doesn't play pool, so she doesn't need none of that stuff. So she said the only thing she had took was the stuff that she had actually used, that she slept on her bed. And she said actually her king mattress has a pee stain on it. And she has another twin bed mattress. She didn't take anything further from the property.
Ms. Derringer, is Ignacio Lopez related to Crystal Lopez?
Yes.
How are they related?
¿Cuánto tiempo?
No, está preguntando que si yo soy, que soy de
Familia.
Ignacio.
Oh, they're so family.
Yes, I'm a cousin,
Of Ignacio Lopez?
Ignacio Lopez. Yes, sir.
Ms. Derringer, is there anyone else that can verify that when you moved out of the house, all of the items that we've discussed today were still present, other than Mr. Lopez?
Hay otra persona puede testigar decir que es cuando saliste de ese
No,
día. Hay
no, no.
pruebas, algo que pueden decir, tú sí saliste ese día.
Oh, pues nada más Ignacio, dile.
Nadie más te
No,
miró.
no, nadie.
O les dijiste a alguien
No,
más.
nadie. No, nadie sabe, dile, nadie sabía.
Que yo tampoco.
No. Pero dile que yo a nadie le avisé ni a nadie le dije.
No, she does not have nobody else to witness that day. I can't even witness that day because I didn't even talk to her. I would conversate with her like that.
Ms. Derringer, prior to November 11th, when was the last time you had someone in your house?
On el 11 de noviembre de 2020. ¿Cuál es el último día que has tenido a alguien y como amigos, amigas, familia?
Dile que yo nunca llevaba a nadie ahí. Yo nunca llevaba a nadie ahí. ¿Para qué? O sea, sí, ellos andaban nomás chequeando, ellos andaban cuidándome nomás. Yo ni podía llevar a nadie, dile. Porque nomás andaban ellos checándome a ver quién estaba ahí. O sea, dile que se me hace muy raro que ellos no hayan visto porque nomás andaban vueltas y vueltas.
She said that she has not took nobody to the home. She don't ever take nobody a tus hijos.
Ya nomás a mis niños, pero son menores de edad. Dile.
Just her two children would go there with her.
And when was the last time her two children were in the house with her?
¿Cuándo fue lo último?
Ah, no, ellos ya. Jaylin pues estaba conmigo a veces, dile. Jaylin en the weekends, porque ella va a la escuela aquí a Carville. Pero era todo. No más.
Cada fin de semana o cada vez en cuando.
Cada 15 días.
Cada 15.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks, her daughter Jaylene would go and stay with her on the weekends.
Ella era la que iba más. Christopher no.
She was the most one that was with her instead of her son.
What are your children's names?
Jaylin Lopez and Christopher Lopez.
And what is their phone number?
Pardon me?
What's their phone number?
Phone number?
Phone number for Jaylene and Christopher.
So do you need their numbers? They're still minors.
Does she not have an older daughter that's over the age of 18?
¿Es Jaylene ya tiene 19? No, ¿verdad?
Tiene 16 y 17.
No, they're 16 and 17.
And where do they live?
They live with Ignacio Lopez.
And they're at 115 Westminster?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ms. Derringer, after you removed and moved out of 135 Bluff Trails, did you sell, give away, or dispose of any of the property you removed from that home?
Que cuando saliste de esa casa, que si gracias algo que vendiste, empanaste o nada, no has contestado sí o no.
No, sir.
Are any of the items from 135 Bluff Trails located at 115 Westminster?
Hay cosas que, vos sí que tienes esas cosas en los stores. Hay cosas que tienes en
No.
el storage room que salió de la casa.
¿Cómo?
Hay cosas de la storage room que salió de la casa ya. Mister, could you repeat that one more time?
Sure. Are any of the items that you
Cosas.
135 Bluff Trails located at the house you're currently residing in, 115 Westminster?
Oh, están diciendo que las cosas que no tienes nada de
No,
cosas que.
no, nada.
Wait, espérame, déjame decirte bien. Las cosas que has tenido allá en Ingram, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Propiedad, esposo. Tienes cosas en la casa donde estás ahorita.
No,
Bueno, sí.
nada, dile.
Nada.
Nada, nomás pues no, más mi ropa, dile que si la quieren también.
She said just her clothes.
Ms. Derringer, you have testified that you have observed other people coming onto 135 Bluff Trails before you moved out. Can you
Mira,
identify
antes que
any of
saliste,
those people that you have observed coming out to
As-
135 Bluff?
mirado la gente salir de esa casa y que ya dijiste que salen y todo. Puedes identificar, puedes decirles cómo se miran, qué trocas andan y que se mueven, que miras que salen de propiedad y salen.
Era gente de ellos mismos, que iban para allá y entraban sin permiso.
como gente de ellos,
O sea,
amigos.
amigos de ellos y
¿De quién?
de Derek.
De Derek.
Ajá.
Más
Amigos,
de Derek. Ujú.
sí, porque Colin no vive aquí, vive en Houston.
O Colin vive en Houston.
Dile que muchos
So
eran
their
amigos de
friend, most of it was friends of Derek's friends. ¿En qué manejaban?
trocas.
En trucks.
Ujú.
¿Qué colores?
Una vez lo miré en una gris.
A gray truck, como un Ford.
Sí, una
¿O
grande.
qué?
No,
Un gran,
una grande y una gris, negra.
a gray, a black
Dile
pickup.
que allá llegaba hasta su mamá de él,
And his mom also would show up on the property.
Mm.
Con permiso or sin su
sin
permiso.
permiso.
Ajá. En la propiedad haciendo qué?
Iba para allá con ellos.
Oh, she would go. His mother.
Ajá.
Derek's mother also tenía acceso de la propiedad,
No, porque nunca me preguntaban de él.
pero llegaba con
Nunca
Derek
llegaba con ellos. O allá llegaba ella a visitarlos cuando estaban allá haciendo sus fiestas de él.
haciendo sus fiestas.
Ajá.
She said that Derek would have his friends come in and out of that property. So like she had said earlier, she doesn't know who these people are. It was like she didn't have no privacy on that property. His mom was also on that property. They would get together and have parties together, gatherings and all that there.
Las hermanas de ella.
Hermanas de ella, sisters of, those are aunts of
Mhm.
Derek's.
Y amigos, dile que llegaban.
Friends,
entraban
a
muchos.
lot of people that she doesn't know and she don't communicate with them.
Yo me tenía que salir para que ellos celebraran sus fiestas de él.
She said she would leave the house, her own home was her home, for they can, have their gatherings and stuff.
Does she know the name of any of the individuals that she observed coming out there other than Derek and his mom and his aunts?
Do you,
Sus amigos.
pero sabes los
No,
nombres?
yo con ellos casi no tenía mucha
Comisión.
no, yo no. Yo con ellos no tenía mucha comunicación, dile. Y que ellos todo el tiempo entraban con gente que yo ni conocía.
No, because she wouldn't be presented when they would come on the property. Like she said, she wouldn't have privacy. So she didn't get introduced to nobody that would come in and out of the property. She would just see cars come and go, gatherings and all that going on.
Algo más.
Ajá.
Dile que una vez cuando estaba mi esposo bien enfermo, encontré acostada a su suegra, a su esposa y a sus niños en mi cama. Cuando él estaba bien enfermo, que
¿En el hospital?
En el hospital, llegué a la casa y estaba su suegra de Derek, su esposa y sus niños acostados en mi cama.
Okay. She said she had something to tell you also.
Well, it's my opportunity to ask her questions. And so I'm going to object and
Okay.
I'm going to ask if she has the names of any of the other individuals out there other than Derek's mom and aunts.
No.
Oh, and then ¿quién más estaba ahí? ¿Su esposo de él?
Sí, su esposo, sus amigas,
Estaban en tu cama.
No, dile que un día cuando yo llegué en el hospital, estaban acostados todos en mi cama, desde que mi esposo vivía.
She said she doesn't know the names, that she just see people coming in and out, and they would also go access into her house. When her husband was dying in the hospital, Derek also had his mother-in-law, his wife, Niño, and his children in her bed.
Ya estaban metidos ahí, todos.
Well, if you're in the hospital, how do you know that, Miss Derringer?
When she got out of the hospital and went home, she arrived and they were in her room in her bed.
Ms. Lopez, that's your testimony. I didn't hear Miss Derringer say that.
It's because she had already told me that before,
Okay.
right now when we were talking. I'm sorry.
No problem. I just want to make sure that
Yes.
the testimony was clear.
Yes.
Ms.
Yes.
Derringer, do you have a daughter named Allie?
Ya, pero ya no hablo con ella desde el... Hace
Just
como-
nomás dile sí or no.
No.
No, que si tienes un
Oh,
hija,
yes.
tienes un hija.
And where does Allie live?
Wait, what was the answer?
I thought the answer was yes. Let's make sure the record's clear here. Miss Derringer, do you have a daughter named Allie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Miss Derringer earlier asked the name of all your children and you left her out. Are there any other children other than Allie and Jaylene and Christopher that you have?
Dice porque temprano cuando te dijo que si tienes hijos no dijiste pero es porque preguntó quién va a tu casa, ¿verdad?
Yes.
So,
No, dile que no, que ella nunca iba a visitar. Porque
tiene
no,
mucho que no hay visitado.
Sí, ella tiene como...
Yes, she has a older daughter named Alex, and she said that earlier when you had asked the question about the two kids, we were talking about who enters and access the property and those times when she was moving out, and it was only Jaylene and Christopher.
Where does Allie live?
But yes, sir, she does have a daughter.
Where
¿Dónde
does-
vive Ali?
Cerquita de la...
¿Dónde vive?
Cerquita de la Tali.
She lives going towards Tally Elementary.
Do you have an address or phone number for Allie?
No, porque ella tiene mucho que yo no hablo con ella. Dile que perdimos, o sea, que no tengo buena relación con ella.
She says she don't have a good relationship with her, so she doesn't have a number on her.
O sea, tenía todos los contactos, pero yo los borré porque como se peleaba mucho con mi hija de la chiquita.
She had her contact before, but she don't have her contact no more. Family problems.
Did Allie have a key to the property?
No, sir.
When you moved out of the
Tenía llave.
property,
No,
okay, Miss Derringer, when you moved out of the
ella ni
property,
sabía, ni sabe.
did you lock the house?
Cuando saliste de la propiedad, la quiaste
No.
la casa.
No la laqué. ¿Por qué voy a laquear una casa que me están corriendo? Dile.
No, she didn't lock the house. She said she didn't lock the house where they were running her out of.
Do you still have the key to the house?
Yo nunca tuve llaves, dile.
¿Nunca tuviste llave? Entonces, ¿cómo entrabas?
Se quedaba abierta la casa todo el tiempo. Dile que yo no tengo llaves, nunca tuve llaves y que todo el tiempo se quedaba abierta. Nunca estaba. Solamente cuando yo estaba adentro era cuando yo laqueaba las puertas por
She
dentro.
said that property never goes locked. She's never had a key and access to the property because the property was not a private property. Everybody was in and out of that property. And when it would go lock, it would lock when she was inside that home.
And so when she'd leave the house, she'd leave it unlocked. Is that her testimony?
So cuando te ibas de la casa, cuando ibas a trabajar y así, no la quedas
No,
nomás.
se quedaba abierto. Dile. Todo el tiempo se quedó hasta cuando mi esposo vivía. Dile.
También tu esposo se No bloqueaba la
no.
puerta, nadie bloqueaba.
No, nadie, estaban todo el tiempo se quedaba una puerta abierta.
She said that, no, that it wouldn't lock, even before her husband passed away, they would never lock that property.
Ms. Derringer, do you have any idea who could have taken all this property that went?
¿Tienes una idea quién podía llevar
Property?
todas esas cosas? Pero como
No,
dices, deben mirar que siempre está.
¿Cómo?
¿Tienes
idea?
una idea que?
No, yo lo que pienso que fueron ellos o su gente que ellos llevaban para allá.
Que ellos mismos o ellos, sus amigos, o
Sí,
así que.
ellos mismos llevaban esa gente y ellos mismos, ahora me están culpando a mí, dile que lo que yo sé que se quedó abierto y que la misma gente de ellos que entraba y salía, esos son los que deben de preguntarles y a mí que deben de andar investigando, no a mí.
She said the persons that were always in and out of that property was that y'all should investigate them. And Derek knows who they are. I mean, they're the ones in and out access of that property. She don't know why you're investigating her to take stuff off that property. But she said there's a lot of people in and out of that property, didn't lock or anything. And she didn't even know these people that would come on the property.
Ms. Derringer, are you currently represented by an attorney?
Tienes un abogado ahorita.
Que si tengo, dile que traía porque andábamos en un caso abierto de eso. Pero que
She said
voy a seguir adelante, dile, porque ellos violaron mis derechos.
she had a lawyer and he was representing her, and I think that was ¿quién eres?
Cometió fraude. Dile.
¿Cómo se llama? Allison.
Richard Allison.
Richard Allison was representing her on a different case, on a diferente. Eres diferente, ¿verdad? Pues sí, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Es casi igual como esto.
Sí, ajá.
He was representing her, but the
Cometió
case,
fraude junto con ellos. Dile.
she said that they did fraud her, stole money for her. She paid a lot, over $20,000 for him, and she's looking for another lawyer right now. And
voy a agarrar ayuda porque
She said
ellos me dejaron sin nada. Y
they
violaron
left
mis
her
derechos.
with nothing, and they broke her rights. And also, she doesn't speak English.
But she does not have an attorney today.
So she did not take nothing from that.
But she does not have an attorney.
Not right now, pero no, sir.
Okay, Your Honor, I believe that's all the questions I have at this time.
Ms. Derringer, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Hay otra cosa que quieres decir?
No, sir. Nomás dile que le quiero agradecer
sí.
que les diga, por favor, que a mí no me anden culpando de cosas que yo no me lleve, por favor. Dile que ya que estoy cansada, que hasta la cabeza me duele porque...
She said she's sad. ¿Qué quieres que diga?
Que investiguen quién se llevó sus cosas porque yo no las tengo. Dile.
She said that she did not take anything from the property and that she pleased to investigate who took the stuff from the property. A lot of people on the property, and she didn't take anything. She's just tired of them accusing her that she took everything and she doesn't have the items that was listed. She only has the items that she had said that she had.
Anything else, ma'am?
¿Algo más?
No, dile que es todo, que gracias.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any additional examination?
No, Your Honor. Based on the testimony that we've heard today, I also realize it's noon and probably everyone's hungry, but I'd like to go ahead and get this, wrapped up. But I'd like to take about 5 minutes, if you don't mind, to confer with co-counsel and the client regarding the relief that we're specifically going to request from the court today. Can we have about a 5-minute break and then just come back in 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Sure. Let's take a 5-minute recess. Thank you.
I said on break, 5 minutes.
That's an impossible record.
It was very repetitive. It was very repetitive with a lot of the things in there. But what she's denying. Well, a lot of it, you know, tell him or tell them this, that I have nothing to do with it, blah, 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 and I don't know why they keep investigating me. The whole, that came out all the time. Why are they accusing me of taking these things? There's a lot of people in and out of this place. It says, we don't even have keys to this place. It never got locked. Everybody just came and went as they pleased. Basically, everything that she was saying was pretty close. You know, in so many terms, there was the same language. But she did mention that the guns were missing while he was still in the hospital, and I'm assuming that was her husband. I didn't. I'm putting it together, and that he was the man that died was aware that the guns were no longer on the property at that time. So I don't know. I'm gathering that this is Derringer is the son.
You got two sons. She claimed early on that one of the sons came onto the property while he was in the hospital and took like all the bronze statues and guns.
And that's
But
quite
possible. This is like a 2-year lawsuit. This culmination. They had a pretty detailed prenup that they both signed and some other stuff. And then, long story short, she tried to hit the bonanza when he died. This is the guy that owned Woodbury's. You know, and she refused to move out of the house, and she refused this and refused that. And they've had to like go through step by step by step. Not just the kids, but the estate. I think Taylor's representing the estate, and the other guy's representing the kids. Or maybe I've got it backwards, but it's been a battle for 2 years. Thanks for hanging in there.
Oh, no problem. I mean, I would have told you when something was not as being translated. Everything was basically, the whole thing she kept saying is whatever was there was just trash. I don't want that trash. It was nothing of value is what she kept saying of the stuff that was there. And just what I heard, there's probably a few things that she does still have. You know, I think
Got a bunch of stuff in storage. I don't remember.
and apparently that storage shed, I don't know whoever's investigating that looked on to it.
Yeah, because initially they were theft claims. So she took the sheriff's department investigator out there and said, here's what I have.
So somebody has been.
But there's tons of stuff missing.
Well, I'm sure. And if it is like she's saying, and these guys, you know, I don't know what was the status of daddy and sons. Were they getting along? Or were they, you know, because obviously this guy was married. Was he officially married to this lady?
So,
Or just living in?
no, they were married because they had a prenup.
Well, it sounds like that's her name.
And all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because, and there may have been, you know, I'm just guessing that it is that they didn't approve of the marriage to this lady. They just from what I'm hearing there, the sons just kind of go on there whenever they feel like they can, whether she likes it or not. Basically, that's what I'm gathering. So,
Yeah, there's obviously a huge
yes,
hurt kids.
yes, I imagine. I don't know. There's a good worth of money in this thing, I guess. Is there a lot of money?
Judge, I believe we're ready whenever y'all are. Oh, hold on, my computer. Sorry, my computer volume was down. Okay, Ms. Derringer, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Your Honor, are we back on the record?
We're back on the record.
Okay, may I proceed, Your Honor?
You may.
Your Honor, you know, based on the evidence that was previously presented and attached to our, request for the TRO and the TI and the affidavit signed by Mr. Derringer, we'd ask the court take notice of that as well. Essentially the timeline, according to Ms. Derringer's testimony was she moved out on November 11th, didn't tell anyone, left the place unlocked. Derringer went out there a few days later and found the place empty. Obviously, Ms. Derringer denies taking some of the items that we believe are missing. However, based on her testimony and her, both to allow us to go out and inspect, or basically testimony saying she'll give everything back. And, based on what appears to us, at least some suspicious circumstances regarding the move out, the removal of these items, we'd request at this time for the court to allow us to go inspect the storage unit at, storage unit 185 to determine what's there, as well as the residence she's currently at 115 Westminster. And for the Derringers to have the opportunity to take back the items that were removed from the house, whether it's the sofas, the mount, the artwork. And if there's anything they don't want, or, they can obviously let Ms. Derringer have, but otherwise have the opportunity to go in and inspect both places to determine and inventory what's specifically there, and then take possession of that. And so, that's the relief that we'd request for today.
Ms. Derringer, what would you like the court to do today?
So, ¿tú qué quieres que la corte haga por ti ahora? Porque el abogado de ellos están diciendo que quieren que vayas a la storeroom, que si ellos quieren llevar las cosas, que la llevan, y si que no le quieren, que no le quieren, y quieren ir para la casa de Ignacio para ver si tienen cosas ahí.
Yeah.
Que si tú quieres eso, quieres que ellos vayan a la casa de Ignacio, quieres que ellos vayan a la store para ver que no se echan mentiras.
Yeah.
¿Sí?
Yes. Dile que sí, que hagan lo que quieran. Que pueden ir allá al storeroom y pueden ir a la casa de él para que...
Como me dijiste hace rato, quieres que ellos sigan investigando que quién robó sus cosas,
Sí.
para que quedas a punto que no te vean la cara de tonta.
Sí.
Tú
Exactamente.
que me dijiste hace rato.
Sí, diles por favor eso, que sigan investigando para ver dónde quedaron esas cosas, porque yo no creo que que sigan con la investigación.
Okay. Still is saying that what he wanted to do, to go in, look at Inaccio's house and her storage room. She said she is willing to do that. If, like she said before, if they want that stuff back that she has in the storage room, they're welcome to have that back. But what she wants is the courts to please keep on investigating who took her husband's property stuff from that property he owned, and to find out to the point who stole that stuff, for she doesn't be in the name that she's a theft. She stole from her property where she was living with this man. That was her husband. She said she's not taking none of that stuff. She said that's what she wants the courts to do, to keep on investigating to who is the one that took that stuff from that property. Because there were so many people on that property, because she is not. But if y'all make y'all happy, she is willing to let y'all go in that storage room. She said that storage room had been investigated by a detective in her last case that she's going through. It already had taken pictures. There's pictures taken what's in that storage room. And she said, but if you're welcome, she said, you are welcome to go out there and take what y'all want from that storage room, go into Inaccio's house and see if there's anything. But what she wants is the courts to keep investigating who stole her husband's belongings. Who was it? Because it wasn't her.
And Judge, if I may respond really quickly, I mean, I want to be clear on a few things. One, I don't view this as being a final order. There's still some even outstanding issues on attorney's fees relating to the underlying declaratory judgment action and the summary judgment that was granted. So we're not asking for a final order disposing of the case, and we will definitely be discussing with our clients continued investigation as to what happened to the missing personal property. But how I envision this occurring, and from a logistical standpoint, is especially with Miss Derringer's limited English, is asking, basically, I don't know if Miss Lopez lives there or not, or whether we could coordinate with her a time sometime in the next 30 days to arrange an inspection out there, as well as kind of removal of the property in order to allow us to go out there in the next 30 days and remove the property. And then I'd be even willing to, submit to the court a receipt of the items that have been removed, just so the record's clear, as you know, and there's no question moving forward as to what was taken or who took what. Because I still think, you know, based on the testimony and the evidence that we have at this point, we don't really know exactly what's in the storage unit. And so that's why we need that inspection. And so, you know, my suggestion, my request is, you know, have an order where we can go inspect both properties, the storage unit and 115 Westminster, within the next 30 days, coordinate that with Ms. Lopez through Ms. Derringer, and that any items will be that were removed from Mr. Derringer's house will be taken into possession by Derek and Colin, and then we'll submit a receipt to the court identifying what was taken.
And just to make sure we're clear, Ms. Derringer, you are in agreement that you can work out an agreed time for an inspection of the home as well as the storage unit. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Lopez, can you be our go-between with Ms. Derringer to coordinate that?
Yes, sir.
And what's your phone number, Ms. Lopez?
It's 830-928-3219.
And do you have an email address, Ms. Lopez?
Yes, it's Lopez, Lopez, Crystal, Krystal.
Your internet froze for just a moment, so I think you're gonna have to repeat that.
Oh, okay, so that's Lopez, Crystal, and that was Lopez, and Crystal, Krystal 86 @gmail.com.
Thank you, Ms. Lopez.
You're welcome.
All right, at this time, the court, having considered that evidence, argument of counsel, and credibility of the witnesses, and pursuant to an agreement between the parties, is going to order an inspection of the storage unit number 185, as well as the residence at 115 Westminster Street by the parties within 30 days and agreed time and date. Ms. Lopez has generously agreed to coordinate that schedule. Once the parties inspect and retrieve their property, if any, the receipt for the retrieval of the property and the specific property taken will be submitted to the court's file. Do we have anything else to address?
I believe that is all at this point, Your Honor. John, is there anything else?
No, other than just to reiterate that the order not to dispose of any of the property remains. Just want to make sure that is understood as well.
Ms. Derringer, do you understand that whatever property you're in possession of cannot be disposed of in any way? Your mute's on, so we can't hear you.
Que si entiendes que todas las cosas que tienes ahorita en la storage y todo contigo que salió de la otra casa, propiedad, no puedes tirarlo a la basura o venderlo o nada. Todo va a estar ahí dentro. O sea.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Y'all have a great day. Thank you.
Judge.